Hello there. So for dinner tonight we're having eggplant parmesan. Now I have to admit this probably isn't the healthiest of the meals that I cook because I use a lot of cheese, but other than that it's pretty good. I first have to make my homemade tomato sauce, and you have to start this at least like an hour and a half before you do anything else because that's how long it takes to make it. So when people hear homemade tomato sauce, they think it sounds all like exotic, and I'd rather not waste my time and just get some stuff from the store. But let me show you the ingredients before you decide not to make your own tomato sauce. Here are the ingredients. 2 cans of tomatoes, olive oil, onion, salt and pepper. And that's it. And once all that's finished being in the pot, I'll show you how to make it. You can add whatever spices, whatever herbs you like. Like if you like parsley or basil or whatever. I'm actually going to be adding some spinach at the end. I've never done that before, but I heard recently that only 40 calories of spinach, I don't know how much spinach that actually is, but only 400 calories of spinach is more than 100% of your daily value of protein. So I figure this baby in the belly, as well as my 2-year-old baby and my husband baby could definitely benefit from the added protein in our diet. So yeah, let's get started. So first what you're going to want to do is, pardon the messy sink. Got your cutting board, you got your onion. I normally use a different knife, but it is currently dirty. We'll use my big O. I guess this is a butcher knife, like Psycho, you know? Yeah, okay. So cut your onion like you would normally cut an onion. Dice it or whatever, I guess this is gonna be called. That's a hair, that's gross. Probably end up speeding through this part. So yeah, so I put the onions, and there's also, I forgot to show me doing it, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom there. There, now you can kind of see the olive oil. Ah, my eyes are burning from the onions. Turn it on so they can start doing their thing. I guess on a medium flame, I don't know, whatever your preference. And put in some pepper, all to taste. I personally am not a big pepper fan, so I don't put in that much, and I got pepper on my tongue, that's gross. I just put in, no, that's about as much salt as I usually use. So we let that cook up, or saute, whatever the professional word is. Sorry. We let that saute, and then we open up our tomatoes, and when that's finished sauteing or whatever, when the onions are nice and like soft, we just throw in the tomatoes. By the way, recommend getting the crushed canned tomatoes. No, not crushed. The diced. I just realized I got crushed, but it should be the diced tomatoes. That I find that works best, because if it's the whole tomatoes, you end up having to smush it down. If you have a potato masher, that's awesome, but if you're like me and don't have a potato masher, you end up having to use a fork, and it's kind of awkward. But yeah, the crushed aren't really so great. I don't know why I picked up crushed, because it makes it kind of liquidy, but yeah, so we'll do that. And I like to kind of drain a little bit of the liquid from it, so it like, whatever, it thickens up more quickly. So the onions are finished, so we'll put in both cans. Go right in. Let's get a spoon. Do I have tomato on my face? I feel like it splashed me. To kind of let the onions get off of the bottom. Okay, then what we'll do, you bring this up to a boil, and watch it, because when it gets up to a boil, you're going to immediately want to put it on the lowest flame possible, and let it simmer for anywhere between like an hour 15. Why am I still taping that? An hour 15 to like 2 hours, depending how thick or liquidy you like your tomato sauce to be. And yeah, just stir it occasionally. You'll want to, like, after about an hour, I'd start checking it with a slotted spoon, and you'll see if it's dripping a lot, it's probably not ready to be a sauce, unless you like drippy sauces. And then eventually you'll start seeing it drip less and less, and then whatever point, I do have tomato on my head, don't I? Whatever point it gets to your, whenever it gets to the consistency of your liking, that's when it's done. For me, it's usually about an hour and a half. I'll continue the rest of the recipe after this short break, which won't be a break at all. It'll just be me editing it, and then immediately after this will be me starting up the eggplant. So I'll talk to you guys in a couple seconds. So you might notice that I've had a wardrobe change, and that's because I made the tomato sauce yesterday, and I'm making the rest of it today because we're actually going to be eating the eggplant parmesan today. What you're going to want to do after you've washed off the eggplants is skin them. Cut off the head and the butt. Like so. You could probably use a peeler, and it would leave more of the, like, meat on it, but that takes too long, so I do it this way. And then I'm going to do that to both of them, but I'll just show you on one. Just slice it, like, not too thick, not too thin. That's about, like, perfect. Now after it's all cut up, you're going to want to put it into a bowl with some water and some salt. And what this does is it takes out the bitterness from the eggplant. Now, I know I've heard a lot of people say, including my husband before I started making him this, that they do not like eggplant. Now, I'm sure there are some people who genuinely do not like the taste of eggplant, but I think a majority of people have never had it made properly, where the chef who made it didn't have it soaking for about 10 to 15 minutes in water and salt to take out the bitterness. I think that's why eggplant isn't always a favorite. But yeah, that's my theory. So yeah, we leave it in there, and then once it's done, I'll let you guys know what to do. Okay, so after about like 10 to 15 minutes, you'll actually be able to see the water. It's kind of dark, that's all. The bitterness I was talking about coming out. So you drain that. Make sure your pan is heating up. There's oil in there, because you gotta fry it. So you just do a little dip in the egg. And like I said, when I was making the sauce, this isn't exactly my healthiest meal, but it always lasts at least 2 days. So when I'm being lazy, this is what I make. Ow. I don't know why I said ow, that didn't actually hurt me. But yeah. I should have let it heat up a little more. Normally you would see it, the oil already bubbling when I throw it in. But yeah. Oh, and that's breadcrumbs. Normally I get seasoned breadcrumbs, but they didn't have it the last time I bought breadcrumbs, so I just added my own seasoning. Just a little bit of garlic salt and Italian seasoning. And it tastes pretty good. So yeah. Probably fast forward through all this, because that's not interesting. You'll want to have set up it's a plate with some paper towel on it. Don't mind the messiness of this table. I actually don't normally have paper towel, but a little while ago I won a giveaway and it had like, it was all like eco-friendly paper towel and cleaning supplies and stuff, so I figure I'll use that paper towel up, and then once I've used that up I'll have to figure out something else. Those of you who don't use paper towels, you probably also don't fry food, but if you do, what do you use to like pat off some of the oil? I guess a towel might work? I don't know, just a regular cloth towel. Let me show you the fryiness of the eggplant. I like it sometimes a little browner than that, but that's good because I'm kind of in a rush. I shouldn't have done it at this time. Should have started like 10 minutes earlier. But yeah, that one's not really ready. Well, actually, no, it is. And that one wasn't. Doesn't matter though. I put it in the oven for a little bit, so when it bakes, it does fine. Then you turn that over, you do that with every single piece. And yeah, oops. Oh, I thought I just turned you off by accident. Yeah, you do this with every piece. When they're finished, you put them onto the paper towel, cover them with another layer of paper towel, and just keep going. Like layer of eggplant, layer of paper towel, eggplant, paper towel. It's a waste of paper towel, but yeah, it tastes good, and yeah. Ooh, while I'm thinking about it, if there's like a recipe that you guys haven't tried out that's healthy, and you haven't tried it out just because you're just not sure if your family would actually like it, send me the recipe. I like experimenting with new ingredients and just new things, because as good as eggplant is, it can get old when you have it every other week. So yeah, so if you have any recipes that you're too nervous to try yourself, allow my family to be the guinea pig. We're all pretty good eaters here, so yeah. Put it in there. It's still hot, but I'm used to this by now. You can always use your little flipper-do thing. Okay, see? Pretty. Here's the sauce that I made. It's gonna look lovely. I know I had said yesterday that I was going to add, and what's it called? Whoa, wasn't even tipping anything right there. I was going to add spinach to it. I forgot, but I'm going to add that now. Just make sure you have your spinach washed. Oh no, are the stems supposed to be on it? I don't really care. I cleaned a lot more spinach than I really needed to. But whatever, it's healthier this way. It makes me feel less bad about making a fried food with cheese on it for my first cooking video. Actually, this isn't my first. I made, I think it was vegetarian chili a while ago. Use probably whatever cheese you like. I only eat kosher cheese. So, I mean, I only eat kosher food, period, but in Cleveland, where I live, there aren't that many options for kosher shredded cheeses. So I usually end up going with mozzarella because I am dropping all this everywhere. I'm not a big fan of Swiss, and I'm not Swiss, cheddar, and that's really the only other shredded cheese that we have here. So yeah. So about a bag, maybe a bag and a half if you have a cheese lover in your family, which I do, but I think I'm just gonna go with a bag today. We're a family of 3, and I do consider Asher a full-sized human being, even though he's only 2, because he's a big eater. So like, family of 3, this feeds, I'm not even like showing you what I'm doing. A family of 3. Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm saying now. A family of 3. This can feed you for 2 meals, for 2 days, okay? So you put this in the oven on 350 for however long it takes to melt it. I think that's usually about 20 to 30 minutes. And yeah, and I'll show you once it's done, all the melty goodness. And here is the final product. And we're going to eat dinner now.